Here we are. If you've been just kind of waiting behind the curtain there, I was struggling with streaming issues. For some reason, still getting, well, for some reason it said on the Twitter, Tuesdays with Tillis. It's not what it is. I put something else there. I swear I did. Sometimes it pays no attention to me. Yeah, there's something else there. This is what it's supposed to say. Promo for TTS 128. That's in the Twitter Periscope. But that's not what's here. It says Tuesdays would tell us. I don't know. We had 3 viewers and we've already lost 2 of them. I think I'm the last one. Anyway. Hey, you didn't fall asleep New Year's Eve or very early New Year's Day morning in a drunken stupor and then wake up on Sunday. Even though it's just after 4 o'clock. It's just after 4 o'clock on Friday, New Year's Day. So don't worry. This is the promo. This isn't the show. And episode 128 of the Triangle Talk Show comes up Sunday, January 3rd. So stick around. Let's see. That's on my left. Sunday, 4 p.m., more or less. I got the right hand right off the bat. On Twitter Periscope, on YouTube Live, and on Facebook Live. And the title will be Meet the New Year, same as the old year. Oh, Gary, that's depressing. Aren't we all supposed to be energized and excited and happy that we've got a new year? Hang on, I'm looking at Facebook. I think there's an issue, or YouTube. I think there's an issue there too. Yeah. Apparently we're not playing on YouTube. Are we supposed to be? I know you enjoy this stuff. The technical difficulties. It says we are. It says over here that we're on YouTube. Over here on YouTube, it doesn't say we're on YouTube. It says start sending your video. And we'll make you live. Apparently, I don't understand any of this technology as long as I've been in this business. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that this show is going to either end or go into somebody else's hands. And if you've missed that in the brief discussions we've had on the show, that is the case. I and my wife, Cindy, we're moving to South Carolina, just outside of Charlotte suburb, basically, in March, April timeframe. And so going to shut down the Triangle Talk Show. Or, and you'll know this if you've been hanging out around Reddit in the Triangle subreddit, or give the show to someone else. Jen said she didn't want it. So I put a post up on Reddit saying that if you want the show, let me know. And a few people have responded to it. I haven't culled through that yet. This will be an interesting test of the interest in taking over the show. If you've been one of those people interested in taking over the show and saw it on Reddit, and your interest level reached the point of actually subscribing to the YouTube channel, which we are apparently not on right now. Sorry. Or Facebook, which I think we are. Yeah, we are doing the Facebook. I don't know where YouTube went. I'll have to get this up onto a YouTube somehow. No, yes, YouTube somehow. Because, yeah, it's still not showing up on YouTube. Jeez. Wait. Oh, there we go. So if you're taking that much interest, maybe that will indicate that you'd be a good next owner of the Triangle Talk Show intellectual property brand. And if you haven't, if you haven't taken the trouble to investigate the YouTube and the Facebook and the Twitter, yeah, maybe you're just not interested enough. I don't know. How am I going to tell? Add to your post on Reddit. Toss something in. Oh, yeah, I saw that promo. Yeah, we'll see. Probably, I would say there's like a 99% chance that the show is going to get given away, and then there's an unknown chance that it will be continued by whoever takes it. I think you get the URL, triangletalkshow.com, probably the YouTube channel, although that may be so inextricably woven into the rest of my YouTube presence that I can't pull it out. I don't know. Up to see. Can I give away the Facebook group? The Twitter feed? I have to investigate those things. I'm not sure how giveawayable all of those things are. But, well, we'll see. Anyway, I'm giving away the show for free. Hardware? Probably no. There's only one light on. You can't really see all the rest of the hardware very well. I've been thinking about, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to start another show when I've moved to South Carolina? Would I like to just totally retire and not have to worry about any of this stuff and just watch Netflix all day? I don't know. I get frustrated that I haven't found an audience. And by haven't found an audience, I mean that an audience hasn't found me totally without my having to go do anything about it. Other than just sit here and do really average to below average shows and have people find them and spread them virally. I mean, I got in Carrie magazine, didn't get the cover, but was in there with a picture and stuff. And there have been a few other high profile shows that got distributed and by other people linking to them and stuff. But nothing's ever really caught on. So that's somewhat disappointing. But I also realize that anybody who does a show like this and wants to get it seen widely, and I say that it's average and not all that good. In my mind, it's great. It's an awesome program. For you, I don't know. But assuming that it is the kind of program that could get a large audience, by large, being Triangle based, thousands, a few thousand people watching it each week. To do that, I understand that you need to put in a lot of effort, a lot of social media effort in particular, and I haven't done that. So I blame no one but myself. Anyway. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll probably keep the hardware. It'll probably go into a shelf, collect dust until the point where either I'm just too old and decrepit to be able to do anything with it, and it will be too old and decrepit to be worth a nickel, so it'll go into the electronics landfill. Maybe I'll sell it, but it's already on the old and decrepit side. This computer, can this show it? Yeah, it's over here. It's actually back there where you can't quite see. The computer that's running this show, when did I get that? 2014, I think, 13 or 14. So it's 6 or 7 years old. That's senior citizen in computer years. At that point where they were building computers, things have not progressed tremendously in terms of computer power. And the components they put in, 5 or 10 years before that, the components they put in, they would, some of them would literally blow up capacitors in the power supply, and the motherboard would literally blow up, leak, and stop functioning. That wasn't so much the case by the time this computer got made. So it's not too bad. And it's hanging in there. Its hard drive's probably about ready to have one fail. They're not too hard to replace. Anyway, but in terms of value, the computer here, the cameras and stuff like that, they're all old enough that they won't have a lot of intrinsic value. Might add up to a few $1,000s. I don't know. It is worth more than that to me just to know I have them. And as long as they're still working. So probably not the hardware. You wouldn't want the hardware anyway. It's too complex. It takes a genius engineer like me. I'm starting to sound like Trump. Only I can do it. It takes a genius engineer like me to put this stuff together and to make it work. You couldn't do it. Vote for me. Only I can save you. Why is the new year going to be same as the old year? Well, it's mostly the COVID thing. I mean, there's a lot about this new year that's going to be different and better. In another couple of weeks, we'll inaugurate President Biden, who, well, not my favorite, is going to be plenty good and a big improvement. We'll know about the Senate in a few days, I guess, when Georgia votes, but don't hold out a lot of hope there, but we'll see. House is still in Democrat hands. I don't know. From that perspective, it's going to improve, but be realistic about it. It's not going to turn great. We're not going to all of a sudden be in everything we want, because for one thing, we can't all agree here on the left side of things. We can't all agree on everything we want. We want different things. Some of us want universal health care. Some of us want free college tuition, things like that. All those things, I can be on board with those. I definitely want the universal health care. Some of them, there's some arguments to be made. Some more centrist Democrats, and you're going to call them, the guys on the left will call them dinos, Democrats in name only, because that's the inter-party fracture that we've got, just like the Republicans have. We will be slogging out those fights, and only some of what any of us want are going to get done, and probably only a little bit of what any of us want is going to actually get done, because the opposition is not that small, and they fight. So politically, it's going to get a little better. Mostly what I'm thinking of is, what is it, this thing that's circling the clock here, the coronavirus? Yeah, the vaccine's here, starting to be distributed, but we have the Christmas wave and the New Year's wave from all the parties that you guys have been out there attending. And that's going to be bad for a while. And the vaccine's not going to help that. It's going to be a while before it's enough of it's distributed, and the most level heads that I hear, because I don't have this expertise, the most level heads that I hear talking about it say late spring, summer, and maybe trickling out into the fall, depending on how well the distribution of the vaccine goes, before things are really returning to some form of normal. And in the interim, people who have been vaccinated still need to wear masks. Because we're not sure, can you still transmit the virus? I'm not sure. If you've had the vaccine, how do you How do you get the virus and then are able to transmit it? I don't know. We need clearer explanations of these sorts of things. But that's not what I expect people to do. I expect people to say, it's over. Yay. Let's go back to normal. Well, we've already had the significant portion of the population that never stopped going back to normal. That's why the virus is out there so bad. That's why the hospitals are full. They never did anything about it anyway. But now I think we're going to chip away at the folks who have been more responsible and are just really tired of it, and we'll say, the vaccine is out there. We're saved. I want to go eat at a restaurant and see a movie. That's why I'm thinking same as the old year. For a while. Maybe toward the end of the year it's going to improve. We'll see. I don't think we need to talk about that on the next show because I just did, but maybe we will. I've got a few other things lined up. Never know. Between now and next Sunday, there may be even more new and interesting things to talk about. See what Jen wants to say. And in the meantime, in case you haven't noticed it, I just gave you a show that's as long and information-packed as a lot of other podcasts are, and this is just the promo of The Triangle. Sunday, 4 p.m., more or less. Twitter, yes, it will be on YouTube, but I have to make sure it gets on YouTube because this apparently didn't. I'll post it up there. Facebook Live. Over and out.